everyone, and welcome to World War II Veterans Memorial Field in this championship game between the Foxboro Warriors and the Canton Bulldogs in varsity girls soccer. The Davenport division is on the line. The title. Who will be named champion at the end of this one? Winner take all. This is going to be a fun one, as we are under the lights here on November 4th, Wednesday 2020. Saeed, your cameraman, I'm Kevin Preek. This is going to be a doozy, folks. So we have the division championship on the line. Also, the first seed in the Hockomock Cup, the playoff tournament, starting roughly next week. That first seed guaranteed pretty much home field throughout the tournament and gets the opening round. We'll have the fourth seed. They'll play the fourth seed. So a lot on the line here. A lot of implications. As we're getting ready for this one here, the Bulldogs coming off their first loss of the season. That'll be on Monday. 1-0 against Foxboro. So the Dogs looking to rebound and continue to force their way up and get in. Get that first win. Foxboro looking to get their third consecutive Hockomock Davenport division title. Canton was close last year, finishing in second place in the standings. Actually, 4 out of the 5 years, 4 of the 5 last seasons, they have finished second. So Canton looking to gain that first Davenport title in at least 5 years. The Bulldogs in the all-green attire, and the Foxboro Warriors in the all-white attire. This is going to be a good one. Foxboro having a new goalie for tonight's game. After Monday's game, the goalie, their only goalie, who is Morgan Silvestri, the senior captain, got a red card, so she was not allowed in the rest of Monday's contest and is required to sit out in this one. So Foxboro having to bring up a goalie for their team. I can't imagine the terms of that. You're on the JV team, you're on the junior varsity team, and then you get, hey, go and play goalie for this championship game here. No pressure. We're just trying to three-peat and get the first seed in this tournament. No pressure at all. We're undefeated. Just don't. I can't imagine that. I can't imagine the pressure on this young lady. But this is going to be quite a fun match, as two of the Hogs' best are going at it in this HockomockSports.com Game of the Week. A lot riding on this one. This is going to be fun. Saeed, who's streaming? Well, he just went live. So what are you recording? Oh, I should have said Periscope. We're figuring out technical difficulties here at World War II Veterans Memorial Field. Hello and welcome. If you're hearing this a second time, I apologize. What? CHS_. Yeah. Yeah, I just don't know where it's streaming from. We're figuring out technical difficulties here at World War II Veterans Memorial Field. Oh, you can hear myself. So, welcome everyone to this field as we are getting set to played this championship game here, this Davenport championship game between the Canton Bulldogs and the Foxboro Warriors. Winner gets the Davenport title and the first seed in the Hockomock Cup, the playoff bracket tournament, starting roughly next week. I'm Kevin Prake along with Saeed, your cameraman. And this is girls varsity soccer. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a real good one. We have a great match between two of the Hockomock's best, competing for big stakes. Winner take all in this one. The Bulldogs suffering their first loss on Monday to the Warriors. And it's going to be quite the good one. Under the lights at World War II Veterans Memorial Field. A very nice November night. Not too chilly. It's not like Monday. Monday was freezing. Tonight, it's not nearly as bad. It's about as good as you can get for a November in New England. Thank you for joining us on Periscope, which is the Periscope app, or on the website periscope.tv/CHS_girls soccer, or you search that on the app. Thank you for joining us. Whether you're watching this on Canton Community Television later, once again, thank you for joining us. It's a fun one here, under the lights, in a big Wednesday night match. Winner take all. Big implications. Foxboro looking for their third straight Hockomock Davenport title. Canton looking for their first one in at least 5 years. Anything can happen. We didn't even think this season was going to happen a few months ago. And yet here we are with a championship match in the division as we're getting ready to start this first quarter. The Warriors with a new goalie, because in the game on Monday, their goalie got a red card, which basically means they were ejected from Monday's game and are not allowed to start in this game. So that is their only goalie on the varsity team. So a JV goalie is brought in this high-pressure situation. Foxboro in white and Canton in green, and here we go. As the Warriors trying to shuffle up front and trying to get something going. Steferi stretching out, trying to move some stuff, trying to get around. Big night for her. The sophomore in goal for the Bulldogs, who has done a fantastic job, well, in the substitution spot for one Elise Broderick, who has the big knee injury. But you wouldn't know that if you were just watching Steferi. She's playing like she's been the starter this whole time. And that's no disrespect to Elise, who is fantastic in her own right. But you would never know. You just think that she's the starter. And this is going to be a fun game. As the teams are battling back and forth here, trying to get something going. And that kick is the Bulldogs trying to get it out of the far touchline. And they're kicking it down, trying to make something happen here. And out of bounds there. And we'll have a kick in replacing the throw-ins due to the MIAA restrictions, blocked by the Warriors, who send it flying. And then the Bulldogs kick it right back. Regardless of what happens tonight, there will be another game here at World War II Veterans Memorial Field in the playoffs. Tonight will determine how many more games will be played here this season. We'll get into the playoffs more as the night progresses. And the Bulldogs trying to get something happening here, and that is a touch out. And that will be out on Ava Gilmore, one of the freshmen for the Bulldogs. And it'll be a kick in for the Warriors. Everybody has to wear a mask, even if you're on the field. Tonight you have to do a daily check-in. There is no shoulder to shoulder, no slide tackling. Everyone no incidental contact, kick-ins, replacing the throw-ins. You have to try to maintain your distance. Pass down, the Bulldogs trying to get something. It looks like number 6, Alexandria Lopez. And then off the foot of Mia Gilmore. And then booted right in, trying to get something into that shot on goal there was Elise DeLetzia. One of the strikers for Canton, the senior captain, getting some shots off there along with her teammates. 6:56 left to go in the first quarter. No score in this championship endeavor for the Davenport division title. The last regular season game for both teams. Canton had the opportunity to clinch the title on Monday. Was not able to do so in that endeavor, and that leads us here to this winner-take-all matchup. A high kick, and it'll get sent down, and the Bulldogs trying to get it down the field there. Looked like Amy Hoban trying to get it down to her teammate, Alex Lopez. Just a little bit past her, and the kick-in will come in for the Warriors. The Warriors looking to get their third consecutive title here. That kick goes flying. And it'll be off Annie's foot once again. There are no ball gatherers here due to the COVID restrictions, the modifications, if you will. Everyone has to go through a daily screening before they can even enter the stadium. Off the block by Alexandria Lopez, starting the game tonight for the Bulldogs. And then off the chest of 21, and she goes screaming down the field, is Jordan Collins, one of the senior captains for the Warriors, trying to make something happen here. Trying to get that ball down the pitch. It's the first team the Bulldogs have faced since Sharon at the beginning of the year that has 3 senior captains. The last number of teams they have faced have only had 2. So, big change there. Stefari looking to get her first goal kick, passes it to her teammate who is running back down the field. Down towards Hoban. Hoban kicks it down but blocked by Aslan. And then, looks like to be that ball will be out. There's a little bit of a battle there with Alex Lopez. Megan Buke looking to kick this one in. Gets it off to her teammate who spanks it down the field. Then the Bulldogs getting it back down. Down off Mia Gilmore's foot. The senior captain looked to have knocked it out there, and we'll go back in with this kick in. Megan Buke gets it in. The quick passes from Foxboro as they continue to kick it forward. Almost intercepted by the Bulldogs. That will be Michaela Costello. Costello, the freshman here. The pass straight to number 1, Aslan Surveys. Intercepted by the Warriors off that goal kick. Little of a stutter step from Mia Gilmore, tricking out her opponent and getting that ball down to her teammate. Bulldogs around the center line here, trying to get something going. Off to Olivia Rodman's foot, it seems to be, and then she's intercepted. And the Warriors looking to march down the field as there is a lot of green and white on the far side of the field here. Instructions coming from head coach Idris for the Bulldogs. He's in his first year as head coach here. 7-1-1, the overall record. Bulldogs taking it right back, trying to make something happen here and trying to get that ball out of their own side. And that is kicked out by Ava Gilmore. Gilmore playing defense, keeping her position there. And then picked off Delezia trying to make something happen, and then into the waiting feet of Gabriela Herrero. But that ball goes scorching down the field. And it looks like Stefaria will pick it up both hands, scoop it up, and brings it back to her net. And she kicks it, and it goes sailing. Number 2, Grace Ferguson. Ferguson trying to make something happen. And then, not to be, Kayla Malike. Malika there. And the Bulldogs take that one out, and we're having a variety of kick-ins here. Let's start this first one. 11:37 left to go. No score in this Davenport Division Championship match between the Canton Bulldogs and Foxboro Warriors. It looked to be that Olivia Rodman was trying to keep that ball in bounds by just kicking it straight up in the air. It looked like it was going at least 15 feet up in the air, but then play called dead by the officials, who were staying in their cars, probably to stay warm, didn't come out until the time that they had to. The Bulldogs trying to get that ball out of their own pitch. The Warriors trying to make something happen here. Warriors looking to get their 3rd consecutive Davenport title. In the past 3 seasons, Foxboro has only lost 3 regular season games. That ball will be out on number 21, Annie Hoban, and it will go in with Aslan for the Warriors until it is sent on its maiden journey back to the other side of the pitch and then intercepted and put back. It looks like Sarai trying to make something happen here. Sarai getting some touches, passes it down to number 12, Ava Gilmore. And we'll see, tie it up, and got the legs tied. Like they're doing one of those like double-legged races. 10 minutes left to go in this first quarter. We're playing quarters, not halves, due to the modification set forth by the MIAA. No score in this one. This is a championship match for the Davenport title and the first seed in the first ever Hockomock Cup, the playoff tournament there. So big implications, big things going on in there. Mia Gilmore looking to head the ball, but then realized she couldn't head the ball due to the restrictions there, so she ducked her head. She literally said to herself, "Oh, I can't head the ball." So heads up play in there. In this completely different game, due to the restrictions, and that ball will be out. Looks to be that Hoban will take this one. And then sends it down to Mia. The senior captain Gilmore's pass is intercepted. And then she tries to pick it back up, almost does, but then is picked off again. And the Warriors are heading down the field once more. As they continue to march down, the Warriors trying to score their first points early in this contest. Over three-fourths of the Warriors team is upperclassmen. Half their roster, 10 of the 20 people, I'm not sure about tonight, but on the roster, 10 of the 20 people are seniors. So they've spent the majority of their time winning those 2 titles, looking for the 3rd one tonight. 6 juniors, 2 sophomore, 2 freshmen make up the Foxboro roster. People still filing in here. There's only immediate family welcome, and you have to sit with your household. Try to stay 6 feet apart. It's the big game happening here. Title on the line. Canton looking to get their first one in a number of years. Foxboro looking to three-peat. And that one gets sailing. And Canton looking to intercept it, trying to get it past, is Mia Gilmore trying to get it away from three different defenders and does successfully. Sends it over to her fellow senior captain, Rodman, who tries to kick it down to Herrero. Herrero racing down the field, trying to get it down. And we'll see that the Warriors will take that one, unable to speed down and get it. And they shuffle it on down, trying to get it blocked. Or trying to get it past, but it is blocked. Hoban trying to make some big plays happen, trying to go around. Oh, and a good pass as they go sailing around. That ball goes flying into the waiting foot of the head coach for the Foxboro Warriors. Hoping to get that third title victory. And it looked to be out on the referee signal on Aslan Surveys. And so Canton, I thought, was going to take it. They are. Annie Hoban, who's starting today's game. Looking to make something happen. Get the Bulldogs in a scoring opportunity here. Nice night under the lights, no wind. Looks like Sarai trying to get something going. Stolen by the Warriors. The Warriors beat it on down, and they're having a fast break opportunity here. Is Vanda Boom sending that one rocketing down, but is intercepted, and the Bulldogs put the rocket in the other trajectory and send it on down to their opponent's half of the pitch. And that one will roll out. With 5:48 left to go in this first quarter. No score. Canton Bulldogs facing the Foxboro Warriors in a championship match for the Davenport Division title. Varsity girls soccer action here. Playing around the center circle. And number 8 looked to pass it to her teammate, but there was nobody there except somebody in green. So the Bulldogs looking to continue to get that ball out. A lot of the time has been spent on the Bulldogs side of the pitch. That did not end up going very well, as number 21, Jordan Collins, was so excited and trying to get that ball out, she ended up kicking it into her teammate. I'm sure she did not mean to do that. Yeah, and it looks to be that number 8 for the Warriors, Alyssa Van de Boom, is okay. Highly competitive contest here, trying to get it into the goal, trying to score that first goal. The last game was decided by a singular goal, so that tells you how important this match is. Two of the Hockomock's best, not just in the Davenport, but in the whole league, going at it tonight. It's a return match from Monday. A lot warmer than it was on Monday. Number 1 kicks it in. Cervais gets it to her teammate. Mr. Exon coming onto the field, the Canton Athletic Director. Coming in to see this big matchup here. The last 4 out of 5 years, the Bulldogs have finished second in the standings in the Davenport. They are looking to finish first for the first time in at least 5 years. The Warriors would just like to keep it in the way where Canton stays in second. Looks like nope. As we mentioned, Foxboro in the last 3 seasons has only lost 3 regular season games at over 3 years. 3:14 left to go in this first quarter. And what looks to be number 14 for the Bulldogs, Delencia gets it to Hoban. Hoban breaking it down there and gets it into the waiting arms of the goalie. A nice shot on goal there for the backup goalie. There's only one goalie on the Warriors roster, and she was taken out due to a red card in the last game, so she was taken out of the game on Monday and the game tonight. She's not allowed. So it seems to be they have brought up somebody to be the goalie tonight. Either that or somebody else. Oh, and there's a nice kick there for the Warriors as they're trying to get it downfield. See it green right now, and it looks to be that they're going to fight on the far side, and it will be null and void as we are just over 2 minutes left to go in this first quarter. Championship on the line. Big implications for not only the division title, but also the first ever Hockomock Cup, the playoff tournament. Ooh, Stefari got that one and then dropped it, but picked it straight back up. I believe he's only allowed 6 goals on the season. This being the last of 10 for both teams, the last regular season game. Regardless of what happens tonight, there will be another game played here at World War II Veterans Memorial Field for the playoffs. Well, it depends which seed they end up getting. If Canton gets the second seed, they'll play the home opener here at their home turf, and then it determines whoever has the higher seed throughout the rest of the tournament. If they get the first seed, the majority of their games will be played here, unless they match up with the number 1 from the Kelly Rex division, and the same goes for Foxboro. Gilmore trying to get it down to Hoban. Hoban trying to do something. Hoban playing it up, gets it past her defender, now trying to split 2, and then comes into a third. And it looks to be number 6, Lopez, and then down to Hoban. Or Gilmore, excuse me, and she gets it out, and then the Warriors somehow get it. There's going to be a foot race here between Collins and Gilmore. We'll see who that ball went out on, or who the referee decides it went out on in this one. Seems to be out on Canton, and it'll be a kick in for the Warriors as we wind down this first quarter. And that is a sky-high ball. Somebody get a rocket, get a telescope, because that one was hard to see. Get a periscope. As you watch your C-Run Periscope, maybe you're watching on the app under CHS_girls soccer, or on periscope.tv, which would be /CHgirl. Flabbergasted what was going on the field. It looked like the Bulldogs were trying to make something happen there off of Hoban. So whether you're watching on periscope.tv /Canton or /CHS_girls soccer, or on the app under the same account, or you're watching on Canton Community Television a little bit later on. As we finish up the first quarter of play, no score in this championship game. The Davenport division title on the line. We'll see where this one ends up. Who will come away the victor? Will Canton spoil the party for Foxboro, who's looking to get their 3rd consecutive Davenport title? Or will that indeed happen for Foxboro? Will they have their 3rd straight title? Well, in about 60 minutes, we're going to find out. Great play by both teams. All the time spent on the Bulldogs side of the half. The Bulldogs half was mostly where that was spent there. Although they did have a few shots down by the Foxboro Warriors goal there, but the Warriors spending a good chunk of time trying to get their staff going. The last game that these two teams played on Monday was decided by 1 point, so it's going to be a good one. The rest of this game is going to be good. As we're getting ready to start the second quarter here, team switch sides. Little update on the boys game that happened earlier today. That Eric Valdivinos netted his first goal of the season and then completed the hat trick. The Bulldogs defeated Foxboro on the road 5-1, securing them sole possession of second place and finished with a 5-2-3 record. Jake McCabe also netting 2 goals of his own, so congratulations to the boys soccer team, the varsity team there, picking up the big one, their first win in 3 games. And we're off and running for this match here. And the number 2, Michaela Costello, trying to get it down the field. Players running down the field, running back and forth, back and forth. No win to speak of, and they're highly competitive. You can hear it in their voices. You can hear it as they can go. The feeling out process is over, and these teams are ready to go. Oh, and you could hear that one in Wisconsin. Right off the line. And then they're playing deep in that. The ball will go wide and not even Stefari won't have to get that far into it. It'll be a showdown goal for the Warriors. Goal kick coming for Stefari. Oh, well not. It will be one of her compadres, one of her teammates, who sends it on down as it is intercepted, but then picked off by the Bulldogs, who send it sky high. And then Rodman looking to motor on down, trying to get something going here as she's going to fast break and gets it off to Herrero. And then back to Rodman. Rodman trying to outrace her opponent, who kicks it straight out and falls in the process. Falls on her own. No score here in this championship endeavor. 18:35 left in the second quarter. I'm Kevin Prake along with Saeed, your cameraman. This broadcast sponsored by the Canton Athletics Booster Club. The big play there for the Bulldogs is there was a missed opportunity by the goalie. I believe there was a whistle. Goalie was trying to stop and try to make something happen. The Bulldogs had a great opportunity to score there, as the Warriors having their own goalie troubles, not having their only starting goalie on the roster, trying to play with somebody else. I can't imagine that pressure. As the Bulldogs continue to march down, quick passes back and forth, back and forth. It looked like that pass was intended for one Herrera, Gabriela Herrera, but that will be incomplete. Off the cleat of what looked to be Mia Gilmore. And that one gets sent, and Gilmore gets it back to her teammate who sends it, and it is going to go to the moon and then back down. Rodman trying to bring it back around and then gets it to her teammate. Sarai gets it down to hers into the waiting cleat. And Sarai back to her, and then quick passes back and forth, sister to sister. The first time these two have played on a team at all in their careers, both of them playing the majority of their lives. And it is a high arc as Sarai misses that shot on goal, but it looks like Herrero is going to try to pick it out. If not able to, and it will go in favor of the team in white. The Warriors marching to the beat of their own drum. And that one gets sent off that goal kick. And Rodman looking for the steal, but the Warriors pick it right back. And it'll go and it'll be out of bounds. Gilmore looking to kick it in. Gets it to her sister. Again, the first time these two have played on the same team, making it easy for the parents. And speaking of the parents, thank you to Red Costello for streaming this game here, as the Warriors are sending it straight down the field and not that fast break. And they're getting so close. Jordan Collins trying to send that one in. Very close into the goal, but caught by Stefari. Stefari not letting it happen. Sending it high, the energy keeping it high here. is Lindsay Resnick. The Warriors with another shot on goal, and they're trying to get something going here. It looked like it was a crossfield pass. It will not be any good there. 15:25 left to go in this second quarter. No score in this championship game. The kick. And it looks to be, Rodman looks to be misjudged it, but she's picking up and going stride for stride with her opponent here as she's trying to get it. As Emma Dahl going stride for stride there. Herrera trying to get her legs around and get that ball past her team, but then the stop by the Warrior goalie, getting that shot on goal, and we remain knotted at 0. 0-0. Between two of the Hawks' best. Steferi with the block there, but she left the goal open, but her teammates helping her out. And there'll be no goal there. Herrera with the jumping stop somehow keeps it in bounds. And flinging it far down the field, but then intercepted and kicked out by the Warriors. It's the last regular season game for both teams. There's actually two Jordans on the Foxboro squad, spelling it the same way. That being the senior captain Jordan Collins and the junior number 23 Jordan Carmen. Excuse me. They spell it Jordyn. So we're getting set up here for a restart. Bulldogs kicking it in, get it to her teammate, and that ball is sent. It looks like Herrera trying to get something off, but intercepted Sarai. Sarai trying to get it past the wave of Warrior defenders as they go and track that one down off the interception, and it is kicked out, and the Warriors will continue to play defense on their side of the pitch. Bulldogs with another kick in here. Looks like we're having a substitution. Inbound. Peyton Feldman looking to come into the game for the Warriors along with her teammate, number 13, Erin Foley. That ball goes out. And Ava Gilmore looking to get something going here. And then Rodman getting past and trying to get it home, but then the shot on goal is wide, and it will not be any good. The two Warriors coming into the game. What looks to be number 6 coming out. Number 8 and 20. Off the chest of Sarai. Sarai making a big play. 8 and 19 coming out of the game. And then there's a big one. The kick down to Costello. Costello sends a crossfield. What looks to be Annie Hoban with that big one. The junior for the Bulldogs. This championship game, the HockomockSports.com game of the week is what is being brought to you right now. Thank you for joining us here. This broadcast sponsored by the Canton Athletics Booster Club. That ball was kicked and then intercepted, and that ball was sent very high. And it looked like a back mule style kick off of Delezia. But the Warriors retain the ball as they get it back, and they're chasing it down the touchline, and it looked to be off of Foley's foot before she could kick it before the touchline there. Big game now. Warriors trying to go for their third consecutive title. Bulldogs looking for their first in at least 5 years. These two teams have gone through every other opponent via win or draw. The only thing left is to take on each other. The Warriors won the first game on Monday, were a woman down. The Bulldogs looking to rebound and gain a win and the title in this game. 10:55 left to go, no score. Rodman trying to get it past, but the Warriors getting it down to Steferi, who doesn't even attempt to touch it as she realized it is going far away from the goal. A little bit of a breeze picking up here, not too much, maybe 1 or 2 miles an hour. And the kick is sent and then intercepted by the Warriors. Herrero getting it back and forth. Looked to be off. 23 was battling with 23 there. Carmen and Herrero going back and forth trying to make something happen. And this has been an intense battle. They have played on the wings all night, on the outsides, the outskirts of the pitch. And if they're not in there, they're in the dead-eye center. Oh, and that looks to be a slip. She seems to be okay. Looks to be out. Constant encouragement coming from the Foxboro bench to their team. Instruction being called from the Bulldog side of things. So this is the last regular season game for each team. The two of the Hawks' best going at it. Bulldogs looking to off the chest of Olivia Rodman, and that is the first goal of the night. Big play by Olivia Rodman at 9:09 left to go in this first half. 1-0 your score. The Bulldogs lead the Foxboro Warriors. Big play as the one goal separated the winner from the loser in last Monday's affair. So we'll see where this one turns out. What is Foxboro going to do as they are down as 2? Speaking of down a point, 2 of them fall down there. Foxboro coach is not too thrilled about that one. We'll see where this one winds up, or how this goes. Foxboro bench the coaches there seem to be happy. The cheering section, Elise Broderick, not too thrilled about that one for her squad. Bringing you the action here as we got the wide panoramic view. Or at least I do as they're trying to do this. Looks to be that we are having a direct kick. And the whistle blows, and that is a quick tie. So within a minute off the direct kick, we are knotted back at 1. We are knotted back in a tie. So you might as well just be 0-0 once more. Momentum just swung back into the favor of the Warriors after Canton had that big play. Goal scored by number 5, Kaylee McCabe, for the Warriors. McCabe, the junior. And there's a little collision there between 23, Carmen and Costello. That being Jordan Carmen and Sarai Costello. Everybody seems to be tying their shoes a lot tonight. I've been watching this. I think I've counted like 4 or 5 people tying their shoes on the field tonight. It's interesting because I haven't seen it all season, but then here we are, and I've seen people on both sides tying their shoes a bunch. So something's happened. I haven't seen it all season. But here we are there. Steferi picked that one up and is going to go and drop kick it. Almost intercepted, but be picked up by the Bulldogs. Deletzia trying to make something going. As she is sprinting down the field, pigtails flailing. She's making it through 2 defenders, and then she kicks in just a little misstep and is going to kick it out. We'll see where this one ends up. Each team not too happy. Oh, Deletzia picking up where she left off. And there we go. Oh, Gilmore. It was actually Costello, MIAA Costello, then off the chest bump, one of the only ones allowed between Allie McCabe and the soccer ball. And then intercepted by the Bulldogs. Big play there. As Emily McCabe, the McCabes for the Bulldogs, making a big play. I'm not sure if they're related to Kaylee McCabe of the Warriors. 6:05 left to go in this first half. 1-1 your score in this Davenport Division Championship match. Oh, Michaela taking one right off the side. And the Bulldogs kicking that one out as there was a great opportunity for one of the Warriors who looked to be possibly number 21, Jordan Collins, one of these senior captains who's played a big role so far. So the Bulldogs will happily let them kick it in as opposed to almost scoring there. Stiff area blocks that one. It's only allowed, I believe, right now, 7 goals in the season. It's the 10th game. The one goes sailing high. The undefeated Warriors looking to stay that way and get their 3rd title in a row. Deletzia continuing to feather through and thread the needle between multiple defenders. And now the Bulldogs looking to go try to sweep around the outside. It wouldn't be possible at this juncture. We'll see how this one lines up here as the Bulldogs take the kick in. The shot on goal, no good. Looks like the Bulldogs are going to have a substitution come into the game here. The number 4, Han Hong, coming in for Mia Gilmore, who has played a great game so far. Has been all over the field, especially in the first quarter. Playing quarters, not halves, due to the MIAA restrictions. The Warriors looking to have a sub-in of their own. Number 15, Emma Dahl, looking to check back into the game. 3:55 left to go in this second quarter, this first half of this championship match between the Foxboro Warriors and the Canton Bulldogs. And that one is booted. And Rodman will pick it up. Rodman scoring the first goal for the Bulldogs earlier on. Han Hong trying to get it down. Sarai trying to feather through 3 different defenders and then gets it to Rodman. Rodman just so much missed it, and it went into one of the benches on the Bulldog side of things. Dahl coming into the game, as Emma does, wearing the number 15. And well, it looks to be her teammate coming out as she looks to get some sort of water or something out of her gym bag. No free water. No, everybody has to bring their own stuff and sanitize in their own gym bag. Now the Bulldogs still looking to get this ball and to continue to force it in. Get that second goal of the game here. Competing for the division title. Who will be named champions of the 2020 Davenport division. An unusual year, that's for sure. And we're about to have a champion tonight. The Warriors and the Bulldogs fight. No one is a collision. We'll see where this one ends up. We'll see what they call that as 4 and 19 collide. Costello, the younger two, and that is a big collision down. Costello tried to get it to her older sister, but Sarai goes down, and then the number 5, Kaylee McCabe, goes down behind her. Kaylee scored the direct kick earlier on. That one's high and intercepted. Bulldogs trying to get it back, and they're fighting, and they're going forward with the Warriors. And another Bulldog goes down. She seems to be okay as Delezia going down, trying to get that ball away from Caitlin Monica. That is a high sailing one. And Gabriella looking to get something. She almost had a shot on goal. Very close. We'll see where this kick-in resides as we are winding down the first half of play here, the second quarter at World War II Veterans Memorial Field. I'm Kevin Prake along with Saeed, the cameraman, bringing you championship game between Canton Bulldogs and the Foxboro Warriors in this varsity soccer match. And another player going down. You can't. Up to the referee's discretion here. Sarai trying to make something happen here, and she nails it into the waiting arms of the Foxboro goalie. That one gets high, and that will be a Bulldog ball that is intercepted once again. So now in possession of the Warriors. The Warriors going down the field as they're jockeying for possession. We'll see how this one lines up as we're closing in on the final seconds here in this first half, and that will be it. So at the end of your first half, quite the time here as the teams going back to, they don't have locker rooms, so they're going on to their side, different sides of the field here. The Warriors go and immediately meet the players on the bench, go and immediately meet their teammates. At the end of 2 quarters, your score is 1-1 between the Canton Bulldogs and the Foxboro Warriors in this Davenport championship match. Also having implications in the Hockomock Cup, which we'll get to in just a few moments.
Hello, Danny Erickson here, Athletic Director at Canton High School. We are so excited to be having our fall season off and running. We have a bunch of games down here at Memorial Field for field hockey and for soccer teams. We hope families will join us, the families of our players. We do have to make sure everybody's safe, and we are following many guidelines when it comes to COVID-19. So just a quick heads up for all parents who are coming to the games to make sure that they fill out their COVID pre-screen at home. You can find that right here at our website, or on our blog, or our Twitter account. We have it as many places as you can find it. So please make sure you save yourself time when you come to the game and fill out your pre-screener at home. Go Bulldogs.
And as we have this halftime here, we'll talk about the Hockomock Cup in a little bit more detail. The playoff tournament, the first of its kind in the near 90-year history of the Hockomock League in its entirety. It's a big info set forth by the athletic directors of all of the schools in each division. So both of these two teams here, the Warriors and the Bulldogs, are in contention for the top seed in the first ever Hockomock Cup, a seeded postseason tournament across both divisions, the Calyrex and the Davenport, to determine the league champion. Never before has this been done, the first time in league history. The final standings in each division will determine the opening round opponent in the opposite division for each school. So meaning whoever wins this game gets the first seed and will face the fourth seed of the Calyrex division. So not only is the title on the line. The first seed in this playoff tournament is on the line. We'll have home field for the majority, if not the whole entire cup. The top 4 seeds in each division will compete in the Hockomock Cup. Seeds 5 and 6 will play in a consolation bracket. This guarantees, and this is important, this guarantees varsity and JV squads to postseason games. And a JV game will be played between the 2 schools in each round. So let's say that Canton and Milford are playing, right? So the 2 varsity teams will play, and the JV teams from both Canton and Milton will play each other. This is to minimize the amount of exposure and movement between two divisions, 2 different schools. Trying to keep everybody safe here is a lot of people. There's a lot of work that goes into this here. The higher the seed, so the higher seed will host the varsity game in each round of the tournament. So in the varsity rounds, so we have the quarterfinal round, which is your opening round, the semifinals, the semi-consolation, so the 2 teams that lost in the semifinals, and the overall league championship. Then for seeds 5 and 6, there is a consolation opener and a consolation finals. The tournament will start around or on next Thursday, November 12th. The championship bracket will happen at the varsity level only for boys soccer, girls soccer, and field hockey. And we touched on this a little bit, yes. So whoever wins this game gets the first seed. Let's say they get the first seed. Let's say whoever gets the first seed and gets home field advantage throughout the cup. Plus, they will face the 4th seed Kelly Rex team in the opening round. Now, if one of the teams will get the 2nd seed in the championship bracket, which earns them a home match in the opening round against the 3rd seed Kelly Rex team. So it's either you can get the division title and basically home field throughout the cup, or no title and the 2nd seed and get at least 1 home game in the opening round. So it's a big game. It's a big doings. There's big stuff on the line here. Did you get that this game is big? Big implication. Big. There's a lot of stuff on the line. It is 2 of the Hockomock's best, and they know that it's the Hockomock game of the week under the lights here at World War II Veterans Memorial Field. 4 out of the last 5 seasons, Canton has finished 2nd in the race for the Davenport Championship. Last year they finished as right behind Foxboro, excuse me. But it's pretty much of a different Bulldog team here. This is a new look Bulldogs from last season when they finished right behind Foxboro. There's a new coaching staff. There's head coach Idrisin Norjo, and then one of his assistant coaches, Kenzie Waterman, who is a CHS alum. They have implemented a new system on the defensive and offensive formations, among other things. They have new players added, including Michaela Costello, the freshman, senior Sarai Costello, and then freshman Ava Gilmore playing alongside her sister, who is a junior. Then you have sophomore Marissa Stefari, who we have talked about, is taking over the goalkeeper duties for the injured junior Elise Broderick, who has the big knee injury, who is a star and was an outstanding goalie in her time before. She will hopefully be back for her senior year as she is a junior. And of course they're playing during a pandemic with all the changes and challenges that comes along with, the no contact and changing these different things. So it's Foxboro beat Canton last year, but this is a whole new look as we've just gone over. And while we have time as these two teams continue off the halftime here is that Marissa Steferi participated in a fundraiser of sorts over the summer, where she was teamed with two of her other friends, and they did a fundraiser for, I think it was Team Tara in the Jimmy Fund Walk, which was also supporting the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute. So basically what they did is they had this fundraiser and raised a bunch of money basically painting pallets, and they have these big hearts on them, and they raised money for Team Tara, and they organized this between Steferi's brother and two of her friends, and I believe one of their fathers, and they raised over $3,000 and then $4,000 in donations. So she's doing a big job. She's not just playing it on the field, and this is before, I'm not even sure, but she's not just getting it done on the field, she's getting it done in the community service as well. We have under a minute here left to go as the train horn sounds, as the train going around. It was a tight one. Canton had first place for the majority for up until last week, so after Foxboro handed Canton their first loss of the season, they overtook first place in the Davenport standings from the Bulldogs earlier this week and forced this winner-take-all match. So if Canton won on Monday, we would be having a much different conversation right now about this game, and we'd be talking about an already decided Davenport champion. So Foxboro forcing this game after being a player down. And we'll see how this one winds up. Both teams have a very dramatic way of getting here and a very dramatic way of talking about it. They've gone through everybody, whether it's win or draw. And each team getting right back into it. They're having fun. That's one thing I've noticed is, I can't speak as much to the Foxboro squad, but I've watched the Canton Varsity girls team is they are just relaxed and have fun no matter what is going on. So they're always loose. They're not like too tense. They're focused and they're ready to play, don't get me wrong, but they're having fun. They're definitely a big team and a big family. And from the chance of hard work, you can tell that Foxboro is definitely, they're big into the community aspect as well, and big teamwork. They even cheered as they came off the field there, so they've been cheering all night. So the teams are big and unified, and they know that they are a part of something bigger than themselves. As we get started here with the third quarter at World War II Veterans Memorial Field. Number 18, Burke, trying to get something down, and then she slings it down. We'll see where, as Steferi, the teams have switched sides once again. So Foxboro on the side nearest the entrance of World War II Veterans Memorial Field. Marissa Steferi on the side of the scoreboard, nearest the scoreboard there. Canton looking to get it down. Gabrielle trying to get it down, trying to get past her opponent here. Would be Burke, who is trying to get down, and Bulldogs trying to fight past two defenders, as Foxboro being very aggressive in their play here. Burke trying to get it down, and then down to Surveys. And they're playing back and forth here, as Kaylee McCabe scored the first goal for the Warriors. And she is going to get a shot on goal there. And it will be blocked, and we will have another one here. As the Warriors continue to march down the field, there's a sea of green. As it looked to be only one Warrior and 4 Bulldogs, not counting the goalkeeper. Off the high knee, that is 2 straight, where Steferi has launched it, but it has been rebounded, intercepted by the Warriors, just like that off the knee. And back and forth, trying to dribble out, trying to get that ball out of the opponent's, out of the touchline there, trying to get something going. As it is championship night in Canton. Under the lights here, November 4th, 2020. Davenport championship on the line. Canton looking to ricochet after their loss on Monday. First loss under new head coach. Back and forth in the Bulldogs, going far down. Herrero intercepting the ball there. It looks to be Hoban trying to get it down. The Bulldogs getting it, trying to get it farther. We'll see what that whistle is about here. Believe that ball is going to be with the, it must have been a handball, and goes into Warrior possession. Warriors living up to that nickname. And the Bulldogs trying to intercept it, and they're trying to continue to fight. They are not giving up easy. That is one thing for sure. Even when they were up 8-0 on some of the teams earlier in the season, they played like they were down 8-0. So there's no give on the Bulldogs squad. Quick passes coming from the Warriors, and then kick it out. They will land in the Bulldog bench there. Last regular season game for both teams. Sarai going back and forth, trying to somehow get it away from the three Warriors around her. And Alicia somehow gets the ball off, kicks it, falls, and then is stopped by the goalie, intercepted by the Bulldogs. Rodman looking to go. Rodman looking to shuffle that one. Sarai getting that one is actually Michaela Costello. There we go, an intercepted open, and the Bulldogs trying to do something. The Warriors getting the ball. But Hoban trying to outstretch the leg and get that one stop, but that is not to be. That ball will go out past the touchline. 15:35 left to go in this third quarter. No score, 1-1. There are no halves due to the modification set forth by the MIAA. Gilmore sending it across the field, trying to get it to her teammate, as that is a shot on goal. Big play there for both squads. And that ball will be out as it flew past him. Kick in for the Warriors. Looks like Rodman trying to guard there. And that ball, and it almost looked like it was going to go out of bounds, but then did not. Sailed into the Bulldogs, but then right into the Warriors. Going back and forth with possessions here, trying to get something going. High in the air. Playing air ball tonight. A lot of chanting and stuff going from the Foxboro bench. A lot of support coming from the Bulldogs cheering squad, the immediate family members that are allowed to come to these games that pass the daily screener and are seated by household 6 feet apart. Shot on goal there was missed. Bulldogs looking to get something going here. Hoban slinging it on down. Oh! Off the leg of number 19 there. And it looks to be in favor of the Warriors. Judging by the sound coming from the Warriors bench. Quick passes coming from the Warriors as they're continuing to move forward. They're continuing to go forward. Kaylee McCabe with the first goal here off the direct kick. Sends it on down, but that foul is intercepted. And then picked off again. The Bulldogs take it over. Somebody called the police. This ball keeps getting stolen. And going down the field. Quick passes back and forth for the Warriors. as it is going every which way. Stefari lifts that one up and sends it on its way. Rodman kicking it back, trying to get that ball away from the three defenders, the peninsula of Warrior defenders. Sarai trying to do the same thing. Hoban, it was actually Annie, and the Warriors continuing to threaten to strike in this matchup. 1-1 your score. And it will look to be Hoban kicking that ball out, preventing any sort of side shot there. Or it might have been something else as the Bulldogs take this kick in, or take that restart. 12 minutes left to go, just under 1-1 your score here in this championship game. Herrero and number 23 Herrero and 18 engaged in a fierce combat with the feet back and forth, and they're going back. I have no idea. Hopefully you got that. Hopefully you saw that. And the Bulldogs with a clear shot, looking to get something going. And it is in for number 14, Elise Delizia, one of the lead scorers for the Bulldogs, as she had a clear shot, nobody in her path. And she puts her team up 2-1. Does the senior captain in her final regular season game on this turf. 11:33 left to go in this one. 2-1 your score. The Bulldogs lead over the undefeated Foxboro Warriors. Last time the Bulldogs scored, the Warriors answered within a minute. So we'll see how this one fares, as both teams are very evenly matched. Two of the best teams in the whole Hockomock League, let alone the division, which they're fighting for the right to be called champion of. And then Hoban looking to get high, her defender, and that ball is going to get sent high and wide and then out of bounds. And this is a tight game. This is a close one. Yeah, Gilmore looked to kick it up and then not kick it, and then kick it again. That was like a fake out. I'm not sure what she was trying to do. Sarai gets it down to Rodman. Rodman kicking it around. Missed. I'm sure she wanted to give him a little bit more pressure there. 30 minutes until a champion is crowned. Regardless of the final score, a champion will be crowned. Now, who that will be, that it remains to be seen. As a fast break opportunity for the Warriors as they're sprinting down to getting past three defenders. And that ball is kicked high and wide by Jordan Collins, the senior captain for the Warriors. Close, but not today. Not at this juncture, as they've been playing very fast and very hard. And that one goes and is lifted a little bit higher. And Rodman goes flying down, and she takes down her defender as well. And both seem to be okay. Number 15 for the Warriors, Emma Dahl, and number 10, Olivia Rodman colliding there. This broadcast sponsored by the Canton Athletics Booster Club. And the high sailing kickoff of Sarai. Sarai making something happen. The Bulldogs trying to get this one going and trying to get this one away. And then high in the air. Oh, and Gabrielle with a slide kick. And that ball is, she slide kicked it, which is, you can't do that, but she was kicking it out of bounds, so there was nobody in her way. So It's again up to the referee's discretion, and it somehow stayed on the yellow line nearest her team. The big hit by Collins. Collins sends it out. Gilmore doing everything she can to get that ball out of the way. Sarai trying to do something, and then one of the Warriors falls. You can only twist so many different ways until you lose your balance. Jordan Carmen with the sizable boot in terms of the power in which he kicked it with. Bulldogs playing defense as they try to defend their 1-goal lead here. .37 left to go in this third quarter. Davenport championship on the line. Rodman looking to make a play happening. And she has made it past 2 defenders. Kicks it past a third. But then into the Warriors, who are waiting there but kick it out before the Bulldogs can get to it and perhaps get another shot. The Warriors goalie, who is usually their starting goalie here, which would be Morgan Salvestri. Morgan Salvestri would typically do it, but after the red card she received on Monday, she wasn't allowed to finish that game and is not allowed in this one. And the Warriors do not have a backup goalie, so there was a new goalie in goal for the Bulldogs. I can't imagine the pressure. We're trying to three-peat and win the title. Can you goalie for us? Oh yeah, we're undefeated, and this is one of the best teams we faced all year. Hey, can you do this? I can't imagine the pressure and just having to do that. And that ball is scored over the arms of Steferi, and the Warriors erupt in elation. It looked like number 21, Jordan Collins, with that goal, the captain, who has had multiple shots in the high right corner. Right there. And we are knotted again at 2. .6:23 left to go in this third quarter. 2-2 your score. If this game does end in a tie, they will split the possession of the Davenport title, meaning the Warriors and the Bulldogs will each be co-champions, and a tiebreaker will decide who gets the first seed in the Hockomock Cup. Number 1, Aslan Cervais kicks it off, and the Bulldogs continue to get that ball forward, but intercepted by the Warriors. And the ball right into Steferi. Steferi led, I believe, 6 goals by her all season. Was let 2 go tonight, 1 off a direct kick, and 1 just recently. Quick plays happening by the Warriors. Gets past 2 defenders. That's a big one right there. As she got past Emily McCabe. Big whistle on the field. I think the Warriors are trying to keep themselves warm by cheering for their team, as you can hear the noise. Maybe, I don't know. They're big supporters of their team here. Looks like we're having an indirect kick. And it gets sent. And Steferi picks it up right out of the air. And this game remains tied at 2. And she sends it on a ride. And then that ball goes right back to her. It's like, oh, I liked it. I liked being over there. Here, bring it back. It's like a boomerang. It came right back. And then she sends it off to Sarai. Sarai trying to get it down to her teammate. And then back to her. And there'll be a whistle to stop that one. Gilmore trying to get that down to Rodman. Rodman collides, and they'll be picked off by the Warriors. 2 substitutions looking to come in for each team. That would be number 4, Han Hong for the Bulldogs, and number 13, Aaron Folan for the Warriors. Number 19 for the Bulldogs coming out, Emily McCabe. And number 1, Aslan Cervais coming out for the Warriors. 3:38 left to go in the third. High and wide open. I mean, somehow Herrero gets it past her and intercepted. The intended person being Elise D'Alessio, who already has 1 goal on the night. Hoban looking to take this kick in, as we do not have throw-ins due to the COVID restrictions, as Mia dishes that one out. And the Warriors take over as they get those quick passes. And number 4 making her presence immediately known is Han Hong. And with the jug over there, Marissa Stefari will send this one on its merry way. And then it goes right back. But then Bulldogs continue to fight. They don't want that ball anywhere near the goal. And you can see the same thing about the Warriors and their goal as we wind down the third quarter here. Playing on the far side near the flag. And Michaela with the big play right there, sending that ball out of the Bulldog side of the half. As these two teams continue to march forward and continue to fight on. Both teams have not allowed many goals this season, and 2 would be a lot in any game. It's like a third of what it's a big chunk of what they've given up all year for both squads. And Hoban getting it down to her team. It's a big play there by number 12, Ava Gilmore, the freshman who wasn't around last time these two teams had to square off. In terms of last year, Sarai, also not around last year, and sends it straight on down, looked to be going for Rodman. That ball will go out. The standings where Foxboro finished 1 and Canton finished 2 last year. Obviously different squads, different things happening, as Herrero trying to get that ball away from the 2 defenders on both her sides. And the Warriors trying to stop the Bulldog attack, but the Bulldogs looking to keep their attack going as we are under 2 minutes left to go in this third quarter. Tie score here, no overtime, despite the championship game you are witnessing. If there is a tie, they will share the title. And the Bulldogs with a great opportunity, but picked out by the Warrior goalie, who sends it high and short in terms of the trajectory of the ball, and that ball will go out into the bench, into the seating area. One of the Bulldogs had to get up, or else she was going to get hit. And they're playing right alongside the near side to the Bulldog bench here, closest to the metal bleachers. Looked to be Hoban getting that ball away, otherwise it was going to be intercepted there. You can't stop a good goalie from retrieving the ball, as Broderick gets that one. And we are 20 minutes away from crowning the 2020 Davenport Division Champion. Will it be one team? Will it be 2 teams? In 20 minutes, we are going to find out between 2 of the Hawks' best teams in the entire league. Teams getting their final preparations here as they gather each other and try to get something going. 20 minutes separates them in this championship match. Get the water, get the fluids, get everything going that you need to have to continue to fight, to continue to battle, to continue to be champions. That is what's at stake. A relatively quiet night in terms of the weather here at World War II Veterans Memorial Field. I'm Kevin Prake along with Saeed, your cameraman. Ray Costello being gracious enough to stream the game for you here on periscope.tv/CHS_girls soccer or on the Periscope app where you search CHS_girls soccer. You could be watching on Canton Community Television after the fact. Teams will switch sides one final time here in the last regular season game for both teams. 20 minutes. Who will be champion? History will be made very shortly. The teams take the field, look to start this kickoff here. This broadcast sponsored by the Canton Athletics Booster Club. Tension is mounting under the lights on this Wednesday night, November 4th, 2020. Ball kicked by Costello, and it is immediately out as she tried to get it to her sister. It's the first time they're playing on a team together. They have played since kindergarten and second grade, respectively, and they have never been on the same team until this year. Then number 6 right there, Kaylin Malika. As the Warriors are taking it down and then blocked by the Bulldogs as they continue to do that and they continue to fight. Delezia having that one and then gets it way down the field where there are 2 Bulldogs and 3 Warriors as that number quickly changes. Gabriella gets it back to her teammate. Sarai gets it down to Rodman, who sends it in with the curve right there. It looked like it was going to go wide, but with the curve, then caught by the opposition. As the teams continue to fight, continue to battle, the Warriors trying to live up to that namesake, the Bulldogs using that Bulldog mentality. Collins, who's already had a goal once in this game, gets it to her teammate. That ball is sent high in the air. Rodman looking to get something. Rodman looking to get the possession here, but the Bulldogs kick it right out. Gabby with the ponytail flopping in the ring as she's running down the field. A little bit too overpowered to get to Annie Hoban, number 21. The final regular season game for 10 people on the Warriors squad and 8, I believe, on the Bulldog squad. Weaving back and forth is Olivia Rodman, then sends it down to Mia Gilmore, whose pass is intercepted but off the foot of the Warriors. You feel the tension mounting here. It's a big game. It's a championship game. Gabriella trying to get something, and it's in! Gabriella with her second goal of the night. Off her foot, she was on the ground, and she gets it in. 3-2 in favor of the Bulldogs. 7:22 left to go in this one. Big game, big match, big field. You hear pressure, it either crushes you or it makes you better. Gabriella proving that she is not being crushed. That is her second goal of the night. The first one on either squad to do so. Pressure can make diamonds. Or it can crush you. There's a lot of pressure right now. And these two teams are not looking to be crushed in any sense. Delezia already right back at it. revisit that. She was surrounded by Warriors. First of all, there's 2 Warriors on the other side, we're back to the goal here. And she was on the ground and then kicked it, and then was kicked back by the goalie, and then somehow gets it back to Deletzia, and then kicks it, and then gets it right in with enough power to go to the opposite side of the goal. Truly a great play there. Not much you can do defensively to block that. Mia Gilmore sends it over to Herrero. Herrero, the junior striker, trying to do that strike. 16:06 left to go in this championship match. The Bulldogs lead by 1. The Warriors have scored quickly after the Bulldogs at each step of the way. The Warriors bench quiet for the first time tonight. As the team's fight for possession is still going, and still continuing in to very well easily scoop that one up, and she'll send it. So she looks to be cradling it like it's a baby. Hey, that's an important thing right there. That ball determines whether or not you're a champion or not. And for the Bulldogs, it would be the first time in at least 5 years. For the Warriors, it would be 3 times in a row. Extremely hard in any sport at any level. And then Mia Gilmore getting it down. She's played a great game tonight. This is her last regular season game amongst many of her teammates. And that is high, and there was some good acrobatics. They're off the knee of the Bulldogs, but then off the chest of the Warriors, and that ball will sail towards the far side, towards the corner. I thought it was going to go out of bounds off the run, but then it was a great play. It was a hustling play of what looks to be number either 22 or 12. It looks to be 22, Lindsay Resnick, picking that one up and making it a great play. Everyone has to wear masks in this match. So whether you're on the field, whether you're in the stands, whether you're keeping score, whether you're at the athletic director, whether you're the broadcast team, no matter who you are, we have to wear masks at all times. So close. Number 1 for the Warriors, Aslan Cerveus, looking to check back into the game. Cheering coming from the Bulldog side, or at least that's what it appears as the clapping goes on. Everybody's starting to inch up a little bit under their seat, starting to find out where that edge is. And the Bulldogs continue to run down, and Gabrielle splits the uprights, but not the right ones. As she almost got the hat trick right there as it goes through the bright yellow goalposts, as we'll have Servas come in. Cervais, number 1 for the Warriors. And number 13, it looks to be, for the 22. So that would be Lindsay Resnick coming out in that substitution. Deletzia trying to make something happen back to Michaela Gilmore. And that one gets sore, and that ball gets a tight spiral. And they had to duck. The entire Warriors bench had to duck from the ball that was going high and wide. It almost hit him in the head. It's almost like they were synchronized, too. They all went down like one just after the other. Like they planned it or something. I'm sure they didn't. But they can even synchronize when they duck the ball. That's how much of a team they are. 12:34 left to go in this one. 3-2 your score. The Bulldogs lead the undefeated Foxboro Warriors. And Sarai gets it down. Hoban, who has been the dark horse, probably one of the best players for the team in this game. She's been a constant. And they are fighting alongside the far flag, and that ball will go out. And once again, the Warrior bench comes alive with activity and cheering for their squad, for their teammates. Think about it. You spend a ton of time with these people. You care about everybody you play with at some degree because you're spending so much time with them. Maybe that's probably changed a lot during this season, during the pandemic and everything that has gone along here. And that ball was kicked out. Herrera looking to come and jam that ball loose. Oh, and a missed kick opportunity. Down the field was number 23, Jordan Carmen. The Bulldog bench seems to be losing it. They're very upset, frustrated at what just happened. They're not too thrilled. The green team slinging it, trying to get it down off their side of the pitch. 10:48 left to go in this championship game. 3-2 your score. The Canton Bulldogs lead the Foxboro Warriors. Who will win? Who will be Davenport Division champions for 2020? Who will get the first seed in the Hockomock Cup to start roughly next week in that playoff tournament between both divisions? The teams continue to, it just got eerily silent. Like, it has not been that silent the entire time. It eerily silent. There it is. There's the sound. There's the sound of the crowd. And it goes back and forth as that ball goes out. Big plays being happening here. The Bulldogs, for the last 5 years, have finished second in the Davenport. The other time, the 5th year, they finished third. So, very close for a number of years. Whistle blows off that offsides call here. Looks like we're moving it on up here. 9:19 left to go in this one. Bulldogs lead by 1. Looks like we're going to have a kick of some sort. It looked possibly a indirect kick. That's what it looks to be. It seems to be Mia Gilmore handing it off to her teammate. Under the lights. The Bulldogs trying to get that one in. Rodman trying to get something happening. Big slide tackle there. I think they're going to call that one on Canton. So the ball will be transferred to the Warriors, who get it on down there. MIAA and the Bulldogs send it on back. Rodman looking to hustle, but even her speed isn't going to cover that one. Every team has to have at least 5 to 6 soccer balls, or 6 to 8, excuse me, ready to go and sanitized. Warriors send that ball on a journey, get the band playing, and there's a 3-person collision right there, and Michaela Costello gets that one high, but it will be far and wide from the goal. Bulldogs keeping the ball on the Warriors side of the pitch, trying to protect their 1-goal lead, trying to add to it. You never know. The Warriors have lost 3 regular season games in the last 3 years. That's including this season, where they are undefeated. Off the shoulder of Allie. Miss McCabe with a big play there. The freshman defender, or the junior defender, excuse me. Her sister's the freshman. 3-2. The Davenport Division Championship is at stake. The Hockomock Game of the Week is what is happening right now. 2 of the top teams in the whole league. 6:50 left to go in this one. There will be no overtime. That ball is kicked out. Looks to be, well, I would think they have a little gate there. I thought it was going to go under the bleachers on the opposite side, but there's a little bit of a gate, which they have the gold Bulldogs sign in blazoned on. Warriors trying to kick this one, gets it far there. Zafiri gets that one, and then she stops like a statue. She immediately picks it up and stops as she looks to get this one out of her own area. And for the moment being, that is what just happened. Herrera with the rebound and then backed it up, and then Rodman gets it back to number 23, who already has 2 goals on the night. And Mia Gilmore gets a sidearm for her troubles. Big play there from Sarai, who gets it to her teammate. Big play coming in here for number 6, Kaylin Malika. And Olivia Rodman, who had the first goal in the game overall, threatening once more. The little shutter step, a little side between, and that kick will not end up anywhere near the goal, or at least the goal that counts. It will end up in the barrage of other goals set up there. 5:10 left to go. Just over 5 minutes until a champion is crowned in the year 2020. November 4th, Wednesday, the Canton Bulldogs facing the Foxboro Warriors in varsity soccer action. The Warriors undefeated on the year. The Bulldogs, 1 loss. That 1 loss coming earlier this week to the Foxboro Warriors. And that ball will be caught by the Warriors, who sends it in a kind of odd position. That's what happens. They're playing with a different goalie than they typically would, off the red card from Monday's game, which you are ejected from that game in the game following. 5 minutes is all that remains in this championship game. The wind starts to pick up a little bit here. Oh! It was an accident, but Robin knew that they had to call it. It was right in front of the referee. She's going to get a yellow card for that one. Robin's going to come out after that. And number 19 for the Bulldogs, Emily McCabe, coming in. And into, I believe, the storage lockers off the side. So Elise kicks it into the storage lockers. And has a big play there. A big shot-on goal from Kaylee McCabe, who scored the direct kick for the Warriors, tying this game at 1 early in the second quarter here. We are in the 4th and final quarter, no halves due to the COVID restrictions, as we are winding down this championship game. Bulldogs trying to win for the first time in at least 5 years. The Warriors trying to go 3 times in a row to Champions Row. Champions Avenue, they are looking to be called that, as their 10 seniors playing their final regular season game. Big play there. Looked like Galizia with the big block. Playing on the Bulldogs side of the pitch. This is a big one right here. Is number 6 for the Warriors, the senior captain, getting that ball, but the Bulldogs taking it, and it is taking it right around, and that ball 23 on 23, and Herrera almost no, and she slips. And she is too upset about that one, but she slips, and right after 23 for the Warriors slips, 23 for the Bulldogs slips. So Jordan Carmen and Gabriela Herrero both slip in there. We're winding down this championship game. One score could tie it. Big block by Michaela Costello, saving a potential game-tying goal. Great play by Michaela Costello, keeping this game at 3-2. You blocked it and gave it a much easier chance for Marissa Steferi to get a block and catch that ball. Sarai kicking that ball to Herrero. Big play happening as that ball is going to go down towards the side of the Warriors. Emily McCabe. Emily, she's looking to get it past and she's tied up with two people. And that is blocked and then one goes down. And then Michaela soars it high and over in the big coming from the crowd here as we are moments away from crowning a division champion. One goal separates the leader from the ones trailing 3-2. The Bulldogs lead the Foxboro Warriors in this Davenport championship match. And Sarai gets that ball down. Costello, the older Costello sister, kicking that ball out of her half and giving the Bulldogs life. The Warriors continuing to fight. They want to win this. They want to get their third consecutive Davenport. We'll have a whistle, and that will cause a restart. I think the whistle went off, and I think I wasn't the only one that thought the game was over for a second. As we have the clock, they stop it at 5 minutes. The one on the scoreboard, they keep the time on the field. The Bulldogs send that one down. And what looks to be a high and wide one, and that is not going to go in for the Bulldogs. Nailed for the Warriors as they continue. And that is it! Your champions, the Canton Bulldogs, defeat the two-time repeating Foxboro Warriors. They are new champions in the Davenport division, and their names are the Canton Bulldogs. The Bulldogs with their first championship victory in at least 5 seasons, defeating the team who defeated them on Monday. At the end of this one, 3-2, the Bulldogs are Hockomock Davenport champions. They are going crazy at World War II Veterans Memorial Field, where the Canton Bulldogs are your 2020 Davenport champions. Thank you for watching this thrilling game, this thrilling matchup. I'm Kevin Prake. Saeed, the cameraman, Ray Costello streaming for you. Thank you for joining us here at this wonderful game and this championship match. Quite the game we saw. Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful rest of your evening.